So I want to get more now on the collapse of the BP Rosneft deal. Joining me in the studio is the boss of Russia's second largest bank, who also happens to be a member of the Rosneft board. Andrey Kostin, chairman and CEO of VTB, joins me in the studio now. Great to have you on the show. Thanks so much for coming in, and very fortunate on the day that we get these developments with the BP Rosneft deal. What is your understanding of what we're seeing right now? Because you have BP on the one hand saying that they're very optimistic that something can be worked out. Rosneft is saying, look, we're not going to extend the deadline. Has the deal effectively collapsed?
Well, I still believe there's a room for further talks and agreement. I think Russian side was from the very beginning very much interested in this transaction. Of course, Rosneft potentially can find other partners, but on the other hand, BP was always a good partner for Russian companies. They have a good experience in working in Russia, so I very much hope that there will be room for further negotiations in order to find the proper solution.
And what do you expect to see with regards to Rosneft perhaps pursuing other avenues, other options with other partners, the likes of Royal Dutch Shell or Chevron?
Well, I don't know at the moment. I can't say. It's probably too early to say. But I strongly believe that such large projects, particularly on offshore bases or in the Arctic part of Russia, should be based on international cooperation with the participation of other leading international companies to spread the risk, and to have to combine efforts and to share the results.
Sure.
So I think it's quite important.
It's not as though it has to be something that's worked out with BP necessarily. There's no advantage to working with them. It would be just as advantageous to work with other international
I think
companies.
Russia is quite often criticized for being too closed for foreign investors in the area of gas and oil. I think it's a good example of cooperation. It's not only a question important for Rosneft. I think it's important for Russian economy in general, for investment climate, for prospects of the Russian cooperation between Russian companies and international companies.
And when you speak about the investment climate and optimism, do you think that the fact that the deal collapsed, and obviously, the government wasn't directly involved, and they said, very openly they want, the corporate guys to get together and just sort it out, but the fact that AAR has blocked the deal, that it generated so much uncertainty, something that was supposed to be so lucrative, effectively has come to an end. Do you think that that will fuel some uncertainty, might put some investors off?
Always success is much better than failure from the point of view of publicity. But you quite correctly pointed out, the deal didn't happen yet, not because of the bad investment climate or environment in Russia. That's internal conflict of BP and their partners. So the government had no influence on this Russian government, and that's something which should be sorted out within the BP company and their partners in Russia.
Excellent. Andrey Kostin, CEO, Chairman of VTB, wonderful to have you in the studio.